Hey there, I am Braedyn reporting for Kids First, and today I have the pleasure of talking with Katie Miller about the musical Noah Live, which sails into theaters thanks to Fathom Events on September 18th through 24th, 2025. Miss Miller has been on stage since he was 4 years old, and as the oldest grandchild of Sight and Sound's founding family, she has been part of human resources, business development, and marketing throughout the company. Now, she leads their growth efforts as Director of Brand Development, and she is the producer of Noah Live. Welcome to Kids First, Miss Miller.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I'm glad to have you. So, this film celebrates the 30th anniversary of Noah Live, complete with live animals on the stage and in the aisles in the original production. I can't imagine all that went into recording this live performance to create a film for viewing in theaters. Can you tell us a bit about that process?
Sure. So when from the time we first decide we're going to do a story on stage until it comes to stage, is about 4 years of our team writing, producing, directing. We make the costumes, write the music, do all of the set pieces here, and then once it is on stage, we get ready to take it to movie theaters across the country. So we bring in almost 50 different contractors from the film world. We have over a dozen cameras and broadcast trucks and colorists and directors and just everything that's involved with that. And it takes almost a week to film from the time we rehearse because we have to have our actors and our animals get acclimated to the cameras. So
That's
they are
cool.
often we have something called Animal Integration Day where all of the animals get to sniff the cameras and walk around and get used to them being on stage. So it's quite an
Aw,
undertaking, but it's a lot of fun.
I can tell there's so much that goes into that. The trucks, the camera, animal meet and greet day. That
Yes.
is very cool. And speaking of, there are so many moments that stand out in the film. Is there a time or place when you were making it that stands out to you personally?
Yeah, so Noah, as you said, has been here for 30 years on stage. And for me personally, my grandparents founded Sight and Sound. So I have been here my whole life. So I was 12 years old when Noah first premiered, and it was our first big Bible story. So up until then, we'd been doing review style shows. And I still remember being 12 and standing in the theater, and when the curtains open in Act Two and all the animals, you're inside the ark and all the animals are surrounding you. I felt overwhelmed as a kid. And even then, as a family, we all kind of said, oh, this is what we're called to do. And we never looked back. So we've been doing big, spectacular Bible stories ever since. And it's been such an honor to watch this show throughout the years and now be a part of the team that gets to take it out to movie theaters is something that feels really special.
And I'm sure it would. That actually goes into my next question. Sight and Sound has had many famous animal actors. Can you tell us a bit about them? Do you have any favorites? A goat, maybe?
Yeah. So the goats are actually one of my favorites, but I think my three favorite animals in Noah specifically are all small animals. So we are known for having camels and goats and donkeys and horses and sheep on our stages. But in Noah, we have these big fluffy bunnies. They are so cute. I've never seen rabbits so big in my whole life, but they're white and they're so they look like stuffed animals, but they're not. They're live. And then we have two Maine Coon cats, and they are also just huge and they're also fluffy. They also look like stuffed animals now that I was thinking about it. And then my most favorite animal in Noah is the skunks. They are deskunked, so they don't have any smell, but they do run up into the ark all by themselves, and it is like one of the cutest things in the whole show. It's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, I saw that. They are very well trained for being a skunk.
They're very well trained. It's so cute.
Aw. So I love listening to the music for this film, and it really helped create the atmosphere needed for this epic adventure. Can you tell us a bit about its history and how it was made?
Sure. So, all of our shows have music. We kind of do musicals, and so it's a very important part of the storytelling. And so we have composers and writers that are a part of our story team that are working hand in hand with our writers to make sure that the songs are kind of bringing to life the heart and emotion that we have for any scene or any moment that needs to happen on stage. And then we partner with different recording studios throughout the world to record the music, and then our cast sings live for the shows. And so for Noah, we recorded the music at Ocean Way Studio in Nashville, Tennessee. And it's a beautiful score. And to your point, the soundtrack itself is really fun. But the cast that's on stage are the voices that you'll hear if you listen to the soundtrack.
That's awesome. It's definitely, you can tell it's a group effort, everyone pitching in to bring a truly amazing production. So, what was the most humorous event that took place while this musical was being created?
I don't know if I have any specific stories. I think the animals are always interesting. So there's a fun, if you go to our any of our social media pages, we have macaws that fly from the back of the theater and they land on Noah's arms. And the one was just not wanting to go, was not wanting to go to Noah. And what was so funny
Making it
is
all
they
good.
love, yeah, they was not having it, but they get an orange as a treat when they land. And we have a fake orange tree on stage as a part of the set, and he kept flying directly to the orange tree. And so we did this fun little video of every time he was supposed to go to Noah, he kept going to the orange tree, and then he finally did it, and everybody cheered. Yeah. And so it's always a process for sure, but he's been doing really great. He knows he gets the real orange when he lands on Noah.
Little clarification for the little macaw.
Yeah.
The main protagonist of this noble quest is Noah, who builds a boat big enough to carry two of every kind of animal and his family as well. Tom Sharps bring Noah to life on stage. Can you tell us what it was like working with Mr. Sharps?
Yeah, so an interesting fun fact about Tom is he has been a part of our cast for 30 years. So he was actually in the original Noah, not as Noah. He was another character. I think he actually was just in the ensemble, but he has been a part of Noah for all 30 years. So to watch him play so many different roles all throughout his journey here at Sight and Sound and now be able to be Noah on stage is just has been really fun. But he's a great guy. He's a great sense of humor and he does a really good job.
Yeah, working his way up. Boop, boop, boop,
Yep.
boop. Now, was there a challenge or a tough time that happened while creating this film version of the live show?
Yes, actually. So the day we were doing a rehearsal, we were all, everything was going well and it got all the way to finale, the very last scene in the show, and we had to have a show hold. And that's when something technical goes wrong and we have to hold. And so there was a set piece that wasn't working, and there was about 15 minutes or so where we weren't sure if we were going to be able to get it working again in time to keep going. And when you have all of the elements that come together to record that show, that feels like a really big deal because you need to, we can't just fix it and come back to it in a couple of weeks. Like we needed it to work. But our technical team did what they do, and they did some research and dove in and found the problem and were able to fix it, which was great. And we were super grateful to be able to keep going for that week, the rest of the week, which was great.
Yes, in my experience, tech teams play a very important role. It's definitely something that's needed.
For sure. And then it's not me. You don't want me doing technology.
Yeah, it's kind of the same. So, Noah is known for being a champion for God and following his faith, no matter what others may think or say. Is there an aspect or character trait of Noah that defines him best for you?
I mean, I think the how faithful he was to God's call is the thing that sticks out the most to me. There's a part in the show, it's my one of my favorite parts, where he's getting pressure from his neighbors and his family and his extended family to fight because they're living in a world of a lot of violence and injustice. And he said, if God would have called me to build an army, I would have, but he didn't. He called me to build an ark. And his son says, then how do we fight? And Noah responds with, we fight by being faithful. And it's one of my favorite lines in any show we've ever done because it's so true. And so to watch that attribute in Noah unfold throughout the story is really beautiful.
Yeah, that seems like a great quote. Fight by being faithful. I'm going to remember that one. So, thank you for talking with me today, Katie Miller.
You are very welcome, Braedyn. It was great to meet you. Thanks for having me today.
Indeed, it was great meeting you. Be sure to look for Noah Live when it lands in theaters for 1 week, September 18th through 24th, 2025. Well, that's it for now. Once again, I am Braedyn reporting for Kids First. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to stay informed about upcoming films. Thank you, and bye for now.